Battle of the Beers. So, first off, let me state something that for some reason, probably just mental health, I'm super struggling. Why I've not done lives, I'm even struggling doing beer reviews. And so, yeah, I'm trying to. And I think mostly it's just down to bad anxiety or whatever it is, and or just washed out. I don't know. So hence why I'm not doing that. So, but still keep trying push, keep trying to be interesting, and hopefully I'll ride out whatever the hell's going off in the brain, my brain. So tonight, two of the supermarkets, big hitters, King Goblin and Imperial Ruby Ale versus Broadside from Adnams. Two amazing beers. The battle. The other week, Adnams was up against 1698 and beat 1698. I've never done a comparison between the two. For people watching, this is a cost of living comparison that you can do, because that is £1.65. I think that about the same actually, £1.80. So roughly about £3.45. It's not that expensive in the grand scheme of things, especially when compared to imperial stouts from bottle shops that are 15 quid and more. So like I always do on these, and I was going to do it live, but I didn't want to ruin people's thing and say, oh, he's doing it live, but there's no comments. So, for the moment, carry on as I am and try and get the love back again, which it's not as easy as you think. I'm even struggling at work and doing something I really, really love. So there's a lot more going off than I understand myself. Anyway, one 6.3%, one 6.6%. So similar ABVs. Let's crack open the King Goblin first and see what we think. I remember when this came to supermarkets from Wychwood, part of the Marston's brewery. And yeah, I remember when it came, and what a beer it was. And for a long, long time on this channel, literally till about a year and a half ago, it was my number one beer. So, not quite as light as I remember it being. I don't remember it being this light, to be fair. I always thought it was darker. It's like an amber colour rather than a ruby. Fruitcake aroma nose, that I do remember. Oh, it's like drinking an old mate. Well, not in that sense, at least. But yeah, it's like cracking open a friend. And if by drinking some of my favourite beers of all time, and I can't get the love of beer reviews back, then I literally ain't got a clue where I'm going. I dare say it will come back to me, and I dare say I'm not the only one who's had a blip, and I've not had this type of blip before. Little things have done me, but at the moment, really, really struggling. So, but in any case, we'll persevere. A couple of more supermarket beers. Did the supermarket beer earlier? More supermarket beers. Oh, really fills the mouth with flavour, and the price £1.65. Can't fault it. If anything, this year, for a lot of people who like a beer, that thing of looking back at supermarket beers instead of maybe going elsewhere. I mean, yes, everyone needs to survive. All shops do. Craft beer shops, bottle shops, they all do. But in a lot of ways, people, they'll buy what they can afford to buy, and if you have to, if your only thing you can afford is one of these, then fair play, isn't it? You know, no one will ever guilt trip me that I'm not spending 13 quid on an MP versus £1.65 on this. No. I mean, I can brew it cheaper. These sort of things cheaper than this. So, and which I'm going to do. I bought 3 kits last night. St. Peter's, Simply Ginger Beer, and a Pina Colada lager. Yeah. Yeah. I was supposed to be buying Bonfire Toffee Stout, but don't know why. Don't know why I went for the Pina Colada lager. Unless it's because of the wife and I'm thinking about the holiday. And also, with regards to these beers, Battle of the Beers, I do think I need a holiday. I think I've worked that long without a proper break and a switch off that I've reached. I think I've reached breach point. It happens to all of us, I suppose. You know, none of us are perfect in life, and I do think I've reached breach. So. Whoa, that was tasting brilliant. So, tasting great, 6.6%. Whoa, gets you in the mood now for the Adnams. I have reviewed both of these separately, so if you want a full-on review, just a single review, please search my channel, Adnams Broadside review, King Goblin review. There are multiple reviews of both. Can't help liking a good beer, can you? Adnams at the moment is king of the supermarket beers, and it may be that I put it against other beers, not just the big ABV beers, Spitfire, things like that, and see if it can retain its ranking against another beer. It's got to beat King Goblin first, mind you. And it's not just about ABV. Taste, the look of the beer. Well, so as you can see, 6.3%, quite a bit darker than the King Goblin. I've had this on cask, and it was only like 4.8% because it was in the pub across from Nottingham's Theatre Royal. What's that bloody pub name? Little farty pub on the corner. Langtry's, I'm sure that's what it's called. And yeah, I had it in there. Only ever time I've seen it on cask. Tonight, the nose. Yeah, I'm not getting much of a good nose off this tonight. Yeah, this just needs time to breathe. Let it breathe. Tasting slightly sweeter than it normally tastes to me. This is weird, isn't it? Do batches change in breweries? You know, let's be fair. I've had a brewery say to me that they brewed something wrong, forgot to put the hops in or did something wrong in the process, and it went to the pubs, and the first person who drank the same beer all the time says that's wrong. That is, it's not right. And these people, you know, if that's their beer they're drinking day in day out, and why you drink day in day out the same beer boggles me anyway, because you know I get bored, absolutely bored out of my pants. Ooh. This is going to be an interesting battle. Now these beer battles obviously sometimes you may have had a bit more to drink. Obviously, drink affects your judgment. So this is going to be an interesting battle, and this is what I need. I need to do interesting things to keep the brain active, and I need to bring the lives back really. But it's just at the moment there's a bridge, and I'm not finding the bridge. And however stupid that sounds, yeah. And it's been a long while since I like backing myself away from everything. And beer festivals that I was looking at going to, regardless of money side of things, and I've backed away. And my heart wants me to go to the Arboretum Festival this week, but again, backed away. Derby's Beer Con, backed away. Still only a week away. I can't see me going. Well, 2 weeks away. And, you know, Robin Hood Beer Festival, definitely going to that. And, yeah, it's, make sure I get loads of food before I go down, mind you. Because the food's never great at these beer festivals. They always serve the expensive stuff that's about £7 each. And you have something to eat, you know, fucking hell, 2 hours later, you're starving again. And it always helps to absolutely make sure you've got plenty of food in you. But yeah, I mean, there's times this year when there's been tap takeovers, meet the brewer events, and I've wanted to go and step back. And same with the channel. I've was interested in doing, like, going to the local breweries and doing stuff with local breweries, and then, you know, a couple of times I've mentioned things. Oh, we're not in. And you think, okay, and then I just think, you know, back away. You know, if you get rebuked too many times, you think obviously there's a reason why. So okay, I'll just move along, and yeah, and it does seem to be the thing, you know. And in any case, I read so much into myself. I'm definitely getting a sweeter taste on that from there. So, not sure who's going to win this. Both beers. King Goblin's looking different than I remember. I always remember it looking a bit darker. And certainly Broadside is tasting different tonight. So the battle. So pull these around. So here we go. I'm going to give them a minute just to, you know, chill out a bit. What are we on? 14 minutes. There we go. It's going to be a long one. Grab a pew, sit down. It's a proper wraggy beer. I used to do beer reviews that were 40 minutes long. Yeah, God knows why. But yeah. So, Broadside, King Goblin. So on the looks, and funnily enough, in the light now, they're not far off the same. Slightly darker on the Broadside. Crystal clear, both of them are crystal clear. Heads not far off the same. If anything, Broadside's a bit more thick of a head. And not that this any of that part means anything. On the nose. What's going off? Got an oak tree at the side of me. Things keep banging off it. So the nose is quite subtle on that tonight. Gotta be honest. King Goblin's nose is smelling better than Broadside. I got a funny whiff a minute ago from Broadside, and it was like a bit of a farmhouse whiff, and I'm not joking. Both glasses are clean, so it's not that I'm using dirty glasses or like that. Well, clean, but not exactly pristine clean, but they are clean. Right. So nose-wise, King Goblin is certainly taking the win at the moment. So here we go. Boozy, sweet. Ooh, smoother. There's definitely a funniness to this tonight. Yeah, there definitely is something not right with that. Oh, oh, licorice. Cake aromas, licorice. Funny how licorice can be quite pronounced at times. Right, here we go again then. Didn't get that farmhouse that time. Strange, isn't it, what you get? Really is. Please, try this yourself at home. Get a bottle of each, not expensive. And generally try and follow what I'm doing. Bit of each first. Wet the oak palette, give it a nose, see what you think. And then dive in. Oh, it's a flipping tough battle, this is. Smoother on this side. That farmhouse whiff, I'm not even sure what the hell that's from. Where it's from. Never had it before from this. So, that's a strange one. Oh, piss off. Air's getting to this now. The aroma's becoming more pronounced now. That fly's really doing my nutting. Why would you even fly in front of somebody? Because all I'm going to do is put the glasses down and I'm going to twat it. Right. I can absolutely say that on this beer battle, it's dead weird. 1698 beat King Goblin in a four-way battle. Wow. Stunned. I was stunned. King Goblin fell second, if I remember rightly, back then. I think Abbott fell first. Abbott Reserve. But in this battle, it's a tougher, it's a truly slightly different beasts. And like I say, ABV does not matter a monkeys. I mean, it's war. But the battle's intriguing. It's colours now, they don't look overly far apart now. That's weird as well. The nose on the King Goblin's coming more pronounced. Oh, kill that fly in a minute. Right, once more. Right, put them there. Get away from my bear, fucker. We'll get it in the end. 21 minutes. Jesus Christ. So this was going to be one of them, didn't I? So, in some ways, this is a journey back to the earlier days of the channel, where I never cared how long the beer review was, and I never cared that I'm doing it for views or anything like that. That's a good thing. I think sometimes YouTube you look at views and you look at subscribers and all that, and this push, and it is dangerous, you know. I feel it. I do feel it, that there's a push where you know, passing a certain mark, more people subscribing, more people commenting, and all this, and without being rude, I only ever did beer reviews because I thought I could do it just as good as, well, anybody else really, and that was at a time when I only knew of one beer reviewer, only one. There's absolutely shed loads, and in some ways it was a clearer world back then, because, you know, I didn't take notice of what the rest of the community was doing, and at the moment, you will have noticed, at least this last year really, that I've sat back a bit more. There's been times when I've been more at the front, but there's since last year, when I was doing like nearly 2 hours of lives down the shed, obviously that came to that we had to war with that. Yeah, got a bollocking, and quite a bit of a bollocking actually, and yeah, the war was hit, and and now I found myself struggling to join in again, and I notice things like all the local breweries are a lot more quiet these days. Literally don't hear anything, and whether that's because they're busy doing their thing, or they just, you know, there's just, I have so much going through my mind at any one time, and a lot of it's probably rubbish, but who knows, eh? So 24 minutes in. Right, the final judgment. Another reason why I left it, so I could actually do this. Right, on the nose, at this moment, there's something not right with the Adnams tonight. I'm proper getting some sort of farmhouse whiff. I never ever had that off Adnams. On the nose, King Goblin's clear winner. fruitcake flavours. Certainly licorice is there on the back end, quite powerful on the back end as well. Smoother from the Broadside. Now we enter the realm of personal preference, which is, you know, all these beers, every single beer reviewed by every single person on the internet and every single brewer, it's all down to personal preference. Just because I like it doesn't mean you will. Just because you like it doesn't mean I will. Someone's favourite beer is one of your shite beers. It's as simple as that. Take nothing for granted. You know, no one can clearly say that a beer is, you know, we can only give hints. We can only say what we get, and for you to say, I like the sound of that, or I don't like the sound of that. But tonight there's something not right with Broadside. And it's not something that's stuck up my nose, because I work outside in the fresh air of the countryside, yeah, which is quite good in a lot of ways, you know. The air I breathe is probably the cleanest air you can get. Well, maybe not at Newark so much, but certainly at Cochlear. Right, proper down to the last bit. There's no clear winner at the moment. This is fucking nail of the teeth stuff. There's no. This is where beer versus beer is just really interesting, because with Broadside versus 1698, I could tell quite early, I think it was 1698 anyway, that Broadside was the winner. I could tell really early. With this bottle, bought from Sainsbury's tonight, along with King Goblin from Sainsbury's tonight, there's something not quite right with the Broadside. Okay, it's incredibly stupidly close. Incredibly stupidly close. Oh, but the winner, King Goblin. Wow. The king has returned. Jesus Christ. Weren't expecting that. But this is where beer versus beer, Battle of the Beers, is a great concept. You know, these battles are quite interesting. It's nothing to do with ABV, so don't let the 6.3, 6.6. It's about aroma, flavour, taste through to the end, right to the bitter end. Only at the end did King Goblin just fractionally nudge it. That is absolutely stunning, and for the price of about £3.40, you know, thoroughly enjoyable for me. I hope it's been the same for you, and for those watching till the end, you know, I am going through something at the moment, and got to be careful to myself that I don't make decisions and walk away, because it's very easy to walk away from any hobby, you know, and I have to think of the good stuff. I only need to look at that top shelf and see Wraggy's golden ale to realise that I've been a bit of a positive influence in some ways, hopefully. But we'll see. We'll see. And that's it for this Battle of the Bears. 30 minutes. Took bloody longer than when I had it with the live comments off. Jesus. Cheers, all.